Inside Parliament with Montague, with support from the Houses of Parliament.
Hey, it's you! Great to see you. Do you fancy seeing how laws are made round here? I want to stretch my legs. Just need a little gargoyle magic. Will you keep watch for me? Oh, great stuff. Phew, that's better. I can go where I like round here. Well, as long as no one is watching. You probably know what laws are, right? Laws are like the rules that shape our country. There are big laws, like the one about not stealing. Everyone knows that one. As well as laws about money and food and roads and the countryside. In fact, just about anything you can think of. Although, I can't recall any pertaining to gargoyles. So anyway, you might think it's great fun sitting around Parliament, making laws up about things. How about a law to make pocket money £100 a week? Like the sound of that one, yeah? Thought you might. The reality is a bit different. For starters, it's a serious business. Sometimes things can happen that show us we need to change the laws we have, or that a new law needs to be made. There were some terrible floods here in the UK in 2007. Many people lost their homes. This showed the government that there should be better laws about how we protect people against flooding. And a brand new law was made, the Flood and Water Management Act, in 2010. So how do they decide what makes a new law? Well, it's Parliament's job to represent all citizens in the country. So all members spend a lot of time listening to the public and asking questions about the things that matter to them. MPs and Lords have the important job of deciding what a new law should say. Laws can start off in the House of Commons or the House of Lords. But let's see what's happening in the Commons.
Mr. Speaker,
look, it's the first reading of a new bill. I don't mean a person called Bill. Ugh. A bill is what an idea for a law is called. It's how the official process starts. And the first reading doesn't take long. Just the title is announced. The second reading happens later, and that's where the MPs read the bill in full and explain why they agree or disagree with the general idea. This is called debating. Then it's off to a committee for all the details to be checked over. Think that's your lot? No chance. The bill is tweaked and added to almost the whole way through the process to becoming a law. The committee then reports back to the chamber as a whole. This is called the report stage, when there is a last chance for MPs to make more changes to the bill before its third reading, which is a final vote on whether or not the bill should be passed. Simple.
Ayes to the right, 476. Noes to the left, 65.
Looks like that's a yes. After this vote, the bill is reprinted with all the changes the Commons has made. Next up, the House of Lords, so they can have a crack at it too. Or if the law started in the Lords, then it goes back to the Commons. Let's take a look. Here in the Lords, the bill is going through the same process. The Lords look very carefully at the bill. Like in the Commons, they have many discussions and suggest changes.
Contents 456. Non-contents 34.
That's a yes from the Lords too. When more than half the Lords have finished making its changes and are happy, the bill goes back to the MPs, because the Lords might have changed it quite a lot. It can sometimes take a very long time for MPs and Lords to agree on the bill, and the papers go back and forward. The process is even nicknamed the ping pong stage. Have you thought of this? You can't say that. Can we put this other bit in? Oh, it can take forever. But it's really important to get it right. Some of us gargoyles have been here for centuries, so it seems pretty quick to us. Once Parliament has agreed that a bill is going to make a good law, there is one last person who has a look. The Queen! Hey, calm down. It's not quite like that. It's because the last piece of the process is royal assent. That's where the Queen signs the bill. But I'm fairly sure she doesn't get a fanfare each time. This signing turns it into an act of Parliament. That's the posh word for a law. And that is how almost every law in the country is made. And did you know the Queen and the Prime Minister meet up once a week at Buckingham Palace? Queen Elizabeth's been having these meetings since she took to the throne in 1952, so that's a lot of meetings. Oh, by gum, I'd love to have a look round there and see what they chat about, but the corgis don't like gargoyles, so I haven't popped over there recently. Oh, I think I'm safer in the Houses of Parliament. Now those debates are over, it's getting pretty busy round here. I don't want to be paid at by a peer, so it's time for me to get back to my post. Come back, won't you? There's so much more to see inside Parliament.
Inside Parliament with Montague the Gargoyle, with support from the Houses of Parliament. Find out more about the Houses of Parliament online on the Fun Kids website, www.funkidslive.com.